Hey y'all, so this will be part 5 of the PSA return, and we're just going to keep on chugging straight through where we left off at the Alakazam, and then now we're up to the Ampharos, and that is a Gem Mint 10, so we'll stick that right in the background. Got Arbok, got a nice looking Blastoise. We'll just put them side by side. You got both Blastoise, both of them in PSA Mint 9 condition. Next up, we've got Butterfree, and we've got a pair of Charizards. One is an 8 and one is a 9. Those would have been great to pull as a 10, but it's not always in the cards. Next up, we've got Clefable, pulled a nice 9. Then Cloyster did get a 10, so that was a good pull. And Dragonite, which is a tough 10, so I'm going to set that one off to the side as well. And then now we're up to Dugtrio. Not as good with the 8. Moving on to the next stack, we've got Fearow and Feraligatr. Looks like we do have a 10 on the other Feraligatr, pulled a 10. Gengar would have been a nice 10, but again, 9 is always a strong grade. It's a lot stronger than many people think it is, especially on really old reverse holographic cards. Even an 8, I mean, if you think about it, it's a near mint card. Anytime somebody says it online, you're probably going to be paying at the top raw price for a card. Next up, we've got a Dark Raichu, pulled the 9. Dark Machamp got a 10. I think these may have been a few of the other ones that were pulled out of the box. Dark Weezing got a 9. Because I went back and I looked at the video last time, and I think some of that stuff was off, and we definitely got that Charizard a 10. So I pulled 2 10s on the Charizard, so I think for sure at least one of them, the one that was pulled from the box, was good. But these match up with all the pulls that was done in that Team Rocket box. I did get an 8.5 on the Blastoise. Kind of disappointed with that. It looked really good. I think it's because of those lines in the background, but it was in packed fresh condition. Otherwise, got a 10 on the Arbok. This one is surprising. Out of all those 10s, you would think that this would be an easy Gem Mint 10, being a trainer and having just a little bit of holo issues going on there, but it was not. The Rocket Sneak Attack, it got a 10. Hypno pulled a 9. Let's see what else we got going on here. There's the Dragonite, it got a 9, so that's nice. Definitely better than the other 2 that I had. Here is a Fossil Dragonite, Mint 9, and that's a good card too. Zapdos pulled a 10. I think these are some of those base set pulls. Got a 9 on that one, and then an 8 on this Poliwrath. This Magneton pulled a Mint 9. There's another Moltres Mint 9. I'm starting to rack up on the first edition PSA cards. That's a no symbol Victory Bell, if you guys didn't know or didn't notice that really quickly. Pulled an 8. 8's a strong grade for the no symbols. 10s are near impossible. 9s are pretty tough to get to. Got a Mint 9 on that. Base set 2 holo, and then we got a Hitmonchan with a Mint 9. Now these grades are looking a lot better than those other base set 2 grades. I mean, if you remember, they were basically all 7s and 8s. Had like one straggly 9, and then there was one, I think there was one random 6 as well. Check that out. Man, I kept trying to hold that back. There's a nice Gem Mint 10, and it looks really good too. Really strong. So I'm glad to finally get a Gem Mint 10 out of the base set 2 holos. Knocked one of them out for my sets. There's a 9 on that Zapdos. An 8, another 9, and another 9. So pretty cool. Some of these will probably upgrade those 7s and 8s that I had. I think I already had some in my collection, but it was just random ones that I pulled off from collections here and there. Got a nice swirl. Got an Alakazam with a Mint 9. There's another Dark Charizard. This one's an 8. Got a no symbol Kangaskhan, Mint 9. Mint 9 on another no symbol Kangaskhan. I got a bunch of no symbols back when we were at the con, but I sold basically all of them, I think, to Charlie. Or not to Charlie, to Zach, Gem Mint Pokemon, without actually looking at what I needed. And there was still a lot of 9s in my collection that I needed, so I'm glad that I had some on another submission. So there's a Rainbow Energy and a 9. There's another Dark Charizard. It pulled a 9. Good enough to go in the background for sure. There's a no symbol Scyther with an 8. I definitely don't need that one. I think I have it in a 10. It's a first edition Aerodactyl, a random. Rare, just an unlimited Vaporeon. Then we've got a no symbol Mint 9 Vaporeon. Got a pre-release Dark Gyarados. I was hoping to get some 10s on those. I've got a lot of these EV set aside, hoping to eventually get to 10, but man, it is so hard to get. Usually there's issues going on in the holo right there. Maybe with all the ones that I send in, I'll eventually get one. Got another first edition Zapdos, 9. There's a second one right there. Again, all of the Zapdos that are first edition have this error where there's like an evolution box imprinted over the top left corner. And then with the unlimited, there's actually both versions. There's corrected and there's the error version. Muck, Mint 9. But with the unlimited Zapdos, really got like 4 different versions. You got the corrected and the regular unlimited. And then you also have a 1999-2000 from the Tempest theme deck. Oh, there's a gem at 10 on the fossil. And then there's also some really rare Galaxy foil fossil holographics, which I don't have any of those in here. And as you can see on this one, this is the Error Unlimited. You can see right there where it's missing part of the holo. Like I said, that's from the Evolution box. You can kind of see what shape that is right there. And see, that's what happened. I got a gem at 10 on the Error, so that's really cool. And the Galaxy one, I mean, those are really tough. I've only owned like 5 total in my life. I think I was one of the first people to figure out those existed. There's another gem at 10 fossil holo. I had purchased, it was like, I kid you not, it was literally like 60 of each fossil holographic, and they were all in packed, fresh condition. Oh, I just blew right through that one, Mr. Mime 8. And I just happened to notice that there were 4 of them in there that had Galaxy foils on it, and these were all from the Print Production Manager. For some reason, this one doesn't have a sleeve on it. I don't like that. And she had, I mean, this is the same person. She sold me like 20 first edition Neo Genesis complete sets. Man, I really wish I had just kept all of those holos, especially with how expensive Typhlosion is now. That's a no symbol 9 on the Flareon. There's a no symbol 9 on the Jolteon. I was hoping I'd get a 10 on one of these, but like I said, they're really tough to get in gem at 10 condition. There's an unlimited Hitmonlee, unlimited Haunter. And many of you know that there's a smear issue with a lot of these Haunters. This one doesn't have it, but I mean, they can be really small blobs to like taking up a quarter of the entire like picture holo. And then, oh, here's the corrected Zapdos, and this is just the regular one. These both say $19.99 at the bottom, so that you're not looking at the Tempest version. And we've got Moltres, Mint 9, and then another Moltres, Mint 9. So we're still cranking through a lot of fossil stuff, a lot of Wizards of the Coast holos. Sometimes I forget how much I've already submitted, so it's really nice when these returns come back. And I've got a lot of cool cards to check out. If for a lot of these, I mean, you're going to see duplicates, so they'll end up on eBay, or if the patrons don't pick up some of the stuff first, there are some people that they literally come through and they're just like, hey man, I want to buy all of the PSA cards you have that are $20 and less, and then they'll say, you know, I've got $1,000 to spend, send me 50 PSA cards, you know, for $20 or less, and we'll go from there. You wouldn't think it, but man, they know how to, I mean, PSA cards, I mean, they're kind of undervalued here just because we have so many of them. I mean, you got to think, to get this card graded now, the cheapest way you're going to get to it is if you go through under like a bulk submission. So you're going to have to spend, what is it? I mean, close to $1,000 to get them down to $8 a card or something. And then you got to worry about all the fees and submitting it and PSA and going through all the trouble yourself. So I mean, even if you say it's at $9, you know, very minimum, you know, what you're spending now, maybe $8 if you hit a good special or something. I mean, selling one of these cards for $20 and it hit a Mint 9 and it's like an original Wizard of the Coast holo. I mean, it's kind of crazy to think about going that low, but I mean, you can find stuff for under $10 on eBay at times. I think I sold that PSA 4 Lieutenant Surge's Magneton. I mean, I still got $10 for it off of eBay, which is kind of crazy. I mean, I would have never, I mean, who would want a PSA 4 Magneton, Lieutenant Surge's Magneton. But there's someone out there for it, and they picked it up. They took it, and it wasn't online very long at all. So it's the same way with any of these things. Like, sure, most people are going to want to have the Gem at 10 way more than that 9, but they're okay with an 8 or a 9 or a 7. And so here's the last card for this video. We've got another no symbol, and it's a Venomoth, and it's a near mint 8. So anyways, I hope you enjoyed the video. Part 6, what is this, 5, 6, 7, and 8 are still coming up. And we do have a lot of Japanese cards, as well as some new GXs, as well as the very first Reshiram and Charizard Full Art GX.